Ubisoft in 2023 continues to fail and struggle with an impending strike from Ubisoft Paris in the wake of an email from the CEO. We're going to break down all of the information, everything that's going on. I do think Ubisoft in 2023 could surprise us. They actually have some good potential titles on the way, but it also looks like it's going to be an uphill battle and a struggle for them as we sort of launch into the year tripping on themselves. I'm going to break down everything that happened right here at the front of the video, so that way you do not have to go looking for it. If you are watching my past broadcasts, make sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so that way you don't miss these live shows. So just a quick recap of everything that has transpired. They canceled 4 unannounced games last year and then 3 more this year. They recently confirmed that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in production, which drew a lot of criticisms. It kind of woke everybody up to the fact that it's been like 15 years apparently in the making. And then they wanted to focus their efforts on their biggest brands, which that's probably the best news out of all of the bad news, is that while they're canceling unannounced titles, while they're canceling games that we were probably hoping to get, all of the games that are really big and well known are going to get renewed focus. They have big plans for the Assassin's Creed franchise. They still have Beyond Good and Evil 2 in production, the Star Wars open world game, The Division. They do have promising titles, even, Avatar and The Crew. We sometimes forget that The Crew is actually a very successful game. And, AC Mirage is supposed to be coming this year, and I think it actually looks pretty promising. But what is going on right now is they seem to be making things worse. The CEO sends this email sort of in the wake of all these bad announcements, and he says the ball is in their court. He tells the developers and the employees, listen, ball's in your court with this situation, and it doesn't go over well. They issue a call for strike at Ubisoft Paris. Now, it's very lengthy, but I think this is worth reading what they wrote to him, because he has responded. He has, replied and said that's not what he meant or whatever, but some of the phrasing they picked up on, I do think it is important to point out and say, this is worrying. This is the kind of thing you typically hear when bad things are on the horizon. So they said, according to Guillemot, the ball is in our court, but the money stays in his pocket. In his latest statement, Mr. Guillemot announces a worrying future for Ubisoft. If the request to employees to be, quote, especially careful and strategic with our spending is ironic, considering the company's editorial strategy of the last few years, it's not funny. When Mr. Guillemot speaks of attrition and organizational adjustments, it means staff reductions, discrete studio closures, salary cuts, disguised layoffs, etc. On several occasions, Mr. Guillemot is trying to shift the blame once again onto the employees. He expects us to be mobilized, give it our all, and be as efficient and lean as possible. These words mean something. Overtime, managerial pressure, burnout, etc. Mr. Guillemot asks a lot from his employees, but without any compensation. Have salaries kept up with the high inflation of recent years? What about the implementation of a 4-day work week? What has been put in place for the teams that come out of productions exhausted? Like apparently Just Dance and Mario teams, the Mario Rabbids teams, were in bad shape after production. And they've continued to call on Ubisoft to change work culture, and a lot of the problems seemingly have gone completely unanswered. Now, they have a list of demands, so they're not just saying, hey, let's be snarky and let's put our CEO on blast. They actually have a list of demands. We demand an immediate 10% increase of all salaries, regardless of annual increases, to compensate for inflation. With the hundreds of millions of euros obtained from Tencent, there is money in the coffers of the employers. They also want the improvement of working conditions. In particular, they want the implementation of a 4-day work week. More and more studios are probably going to be asking for this. It actually leads to greater productivity, and it's a great protection against crunch culture, which typically leads to actual bad work, like worse work from your employees. They want transparency on the evolution of the workforce, both locally and globally, a strong commitment against disguised dismissals, and the condemnation of abusive managerial policies that push employees to resign. And because Mr. Guillemot and his clique only understand the relationship of power, Solidaires Informatique, or however you're supposed to say that, is calling on the employees of Ubisoft Paris to go on strike on Friday the 27th of January in the afternoon from 2 to 6 p.m. So they're just saying, listen, this is the only thing you understand? Well, here you go. We're going to go on strike because we're tired of this. Your email did not invite confidence. It didn't make us motivated. It's not being celebrated. So he responds. Now, more blame is being placed on him and higher-ups for other things. The senior game designer and union representative of Ubisoft Paris spoke with the Washington Post. He said people were angry about Guillemot's email, which both asked people to work more while cutting teams and offered nothing in exchange. And he actually added that employees were not responsible for some of the things that have gone poorly, like Ubisoft losing money from investing in non-fungible tokens, NFTs, or in the now defunct Battle Royale game, Hyperscape, which floundered in an oversaturated market. So I actually think that's a very good shot to take. It's like, listen, you guys are the dum-dums that tried to capitalize on NFTs, which are a total scam, and everybody should be holding the companies accountable that tried to jump in with NFTs and make a quick buck. Whoever did that lacks critical thinking and business savvy, and a lot of these people should be fired. Anybody who approached a big company and convinced them to get into NFTs, I believe those people should be removed. I don't think they have the business sense of a goose. So I would not keep those people on. NFTs are a total joke. Now, they also feel that he's using code for future layoffs, which seem to be impending given the tech layoffs happening right now. We have Microsoft, we have Google, there's other companies probably with impending layoffs. We've seen this, it's imitative behavior. Some people even at Stanford believe it's a social contagion where they don't even lay off because they need to, they lay off because other people are, and it's like, well, it's a great way to sort of trim down and increase profits. He says Guillemot uses words like organizational adjustments. We know these words because we have seen them used at other companies, and it always means layoff plans. So many people at Ubisoft fearful that we are essentially looking at a layoff, impending layoff situation. So it's like, hey, balls in your court, work harder, come on, guys. And there's a knife behind his back because he's going to start cutting people and letting people go. Now, he offered his employees an apology during a Q&A. He said, I heard your feedback and I'm sorry this was perceived that way. I love how the apology is basically projecting that it's on them. It's like, instead of saying, I'm sorry for how I handled this, he says, I'm sorry that it was perceived this way. Like, that's not really an apology. That's like saying, I'm sorry that your feelings got hurt, instead of saying, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Like, it's a very veiled apology. Pay attention to this in your relationships, by the way. When saying the ball is in your court, he continues, when saying the ball is in your court to deliver our lineup on time and at the expected level of quality, I wanted to convey the idea that more than ever, I need your talent and energy to make it happen. This is a collective journey that starts, of course, with myself and with the leadership team to create the conditions so that we can all succeed together. So, listen, he's not wrong that it is up to them and all of them together, but it just was extremely tone deaf given everything that's happened with Ubisoft, given their lack of response to the culture, requests for change that people uttered. They have a laundry list of things that just have not changed. So it's not surprising that the optics on his email were not well received. So why do I think, though, that 2023 might surprise us? Okay, because my thumbnail says 2023 is just going to be more failure from Ubisoft, but I'm also saying in my title and description, like, they could surprise us. I think in the midst of this, we're all going to be kind of shocked when they actually have some good games come out. Now, number one, again, I think Assassin's Creed Mirage will likely be a pretty good game. They're going back to their roots. It looks like they're sort of recapturing what made Assassin's Creed so popular back in the day, but with the modern amenities of a newer game. There are plenty of other games as well coming. According to them and according to their plans for the fiscal year. Keep in mind, the fiscal year goes until the first quarter of 2024, like end of March 2024. So some of these games could land that late. You've got The Division Heartland, you have Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, X-Defiant, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Skull and Bones, yikes. You have Project Orland, which is The Crew, and The Crew makes good money. AC Nexus is for the Oculus 2. Then you have 4 mobile games, okay? Now, don't turn your nose up to mobile games. You don't have to play them, but they can be very helpful to companies and their profitability. We have The Division Resurgence, Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed Jade, and then the Assassin's Creed Netflix collaboration. Those are 4 mobile titles that could be helpful, that can create healthy cash flow and revenue for Ubisoft if they are successful. And then The Crew is a big money maker. It actually is. It actually is a pretty popular title and can do very well for them. AC Mirage will likely be a success. Avatar has a lot of push behind it. James Cameron was involved. They probably have a massive marketing budget. I mean, they probably have more than enough money. Now, there's probably a lot of stinkers in there. Skull and Bones is going to limp across the finish line. X-Defiant will likely flop. And then The Division Heartland, I just don't think is looking that promising. I still think Heartland could surprise us, but what we've seen up to this point has not been very promising. With increased support and focus on their bigger brands, some of these games could actually turn things around and be quite good. We also have everything they want to do with Assassin's Creed. You have Assassin's Creed Infinity as that hub, AC Red, Assassin's Creed Hexe. They've got the Star Wars open world game. I'm assuming that's getting tons of support and backing. I mean, since they were handed such a big franchise and such an arguably very big title. So don't count Ubisoft out yet. I think they have a very long road ahead of them. I don't think it's going to be particularly easy, and they aren't really making themselves look very good. They're not making it easy on themselves when they have a CEO who's stepping in it right as soon as the year kicks off. So I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. What do you think about Ubisoft in 2023? We also have an upload today about the situation with Halo and 343. I'll be debating the future of Xbox with 30 and Still Gaming in another live stream. I didn't want to skip out on this. There was more that had developed in the Ubisoft story, and I thought we either cover this now or we're going to miss it. It's going to pass us by. I know this might not be as hot as the other subjects, but we will be touching those other subjects. Do not worry. Let's try to get 100 likes on the video over here on YouTube. This is going to be a harder show to get off the ground. I don't think as many people are concerned with Ubisoft right now. Thank you for over 3,000 likes over there on the tick. We appreciate you guys so much. Haven't seen you in forever. Well, I just started streaming over here on the tick. I stream over on YouTube under Reforge Gaming. Quality and Ubisoft are two opposites. Haven't we been here before with Ubisoft? This seems like deja vu. Another awesome shirt. Yeah, if you like my Punisher shirt, you can pick this up from 80s Tees. I didn't update the command. It probably still says Black Panther. I had a blast with the Division 2. Division 2 is still a solid title. I think everything they learned from the Division 1 and the Division 2 could make for an amazing third game, right? I think the Division 3, whenever and if it ever comes out, right, there's concern that Division 3 has been totally shelved for now, right? Just put to the side, just set off to the side, right? Like, there are people that think that's going to happen. They're like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think you're going to get a Division 3 because they took that team and they put them on the Star Wars title. So Division 3 is probably a long way out. Let me update the shirt command so it doesn't take you to the Black Panther collection. Again, if you guys like the shirts I'm wearing, be sure to use code LONO over there at 80stees.com. It'll get you like 30% off. Let's get the member goal up on the screen. Let's get the alerts turned on. And let's get the coffee in the screen. Who wants to be the first member of the day? Who wants to be the first coffee order of the day? I'm also getting some new frames from Gamer Advantage today. I may be able to show those off during the stream. Always remember to use my code LONO over there as well if you need any blue light blocking glasses. So thank you so much for being here this morning, smashing the likes and contributing to the conversation. It actually equals 1, I think, but what equals 1? What are you saying here? 7K more players into the mix is nice. No crossplay sucks, but it is what it is. I'll always say this. I'm going to keep saying it. UB Quebec, they have done brilliant work. Right, like you've got to consider the fact that they do have good titles out there. Yo, what's good, Feed? I see you in the chat. Immortals Phoenix Rising was a good title. It really, really was. It was a solid little game. It was basically Assassin's Creed Breath of the Wild, and had a baby. And I'm bummed that we're not seeing any promise of future titles in that vein. Like a sequel to Immortals Phoenix Rising would be amazing. They did really, really good things with that engine. If you played any of their DLC, their one DLC was they basically turned the game into a dungeon crawler. And then they did a whole DLC where you had another character that you could play as. They did a lot of stuff. They need some new IP. I think Immortals Phoenix Rising deserves investment. I think it deserves to be, do more with it. Good morning, chat. Good to see you over here. J-Boy, Yubi's been trashed for a minute now, says Livid Holy. Good morning over there, Goddess. Good to see you on the tick. I was hyped for Immortals Rising, but got bored at the final tower. The puzzles are all the same. Yeah, they certainly could do more iterative work with it, but for a first showing and a new IP, I thought it was excellent. The next Immortals is supposed to be about the Polynesian legends. I suspect we get an announcement on it at the UB Direct. Wait, are you serious? I thought they weren't doing any more with it. I thought we read a report that said it had been shelved for now. I thought that team was working on something else. Hey, Quintar says, you know what? If we're going to have a scrappy day, let's have a scrappy day. He kicks off the day with 5 gifted members. We'll have a slower start today, but we've got banger content on the way. You guys that are loyal and here in the morning, don't you worry. Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast is the best game of all time. Why does it say host next to your name, Becca? I don't stream. I've just started streaming here recently. I primarily stream on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now as well. Nitro Fusion, Unknown Games, Call Me TK, Brian Abraham, and GC Plugs. You guys all got gifted members. What does it say that? Oh, it must be a glitch. It's not there now. Yeah, it said host next to your name, and I was like, how are you? I'm the host. I mean, you seem nice, but this is my show. I'm the host. I'm not trying to be selfish or anything. Imagine being the CEO and emailing the staff with the balls in your court. Just imagine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would he do that? Honestly, like he's looking at the landscape of everything going on right now. He's like, you know what we need to do? We need to tell all these employees that are frustrated with everything that's been going on. We need to tell them the ball's in their court. That'll go over really, really well. That'll really land this plane of dissatisfaction. Isn't there a giant laundry list of like cultural problems at Ubisoft that have gone unanswered? Isn't that still happening? You know what I'm saying? You've been grinding Monster Hunter Rise all morning. No, I'm not going to play it, Diaz. I watched the first hour and I was like, that's a game that I won't be, I won't be able to do anything with it. I'll play it for, 20 minutes. I have 4 new messages. Oh, I need to scroll down. No, I'm not host. Yeah. Ubisoft Siege servers down every weekend, says Flavor Changer. Yeah, Becca's trying to take over, Goddess. I'm happy with most of the games that they have released, says True King. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're failing right now pretty miserably, right? Let me move this over just a touch. I was kind of off center. They're failing. Right? But I still think they could have a good year. I still think Ubisoft in 2023 could be solid. I do. I think Assassin's Creed Mirage. I think the Avatar game. Yo, what's good, Liz? I haven't seen you in a while. I pay $15 a month to play games on the service. More to no show. But more to no show, did you say the next Immortals is supposed to be? Where'd you get the information about the next Immortals Phoenix Rising? They need to get their servers under control or I'm out, says Gabriel Freeman. I appreciate the consistent engagement we're getting over here. J-Boy says, just look at your For Honor. They keep up with the game, but they don't fix any of the underlying issues. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of curious how, like, For Honor is still going. You know what I mean? Been around, working and lurking. Good to know you've been here. Why is it so hard to launch a game these days? I think game launchers are facing just so many different problems that are new that just haven't been solved yet. Benjamin, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I think's going on. If I was to sort of try to do an autopsy, hey, somebody subscribed? Who subscribed? Why does it not put that on my screen in a bigger way? Who did it? It doesn't show me. Oh, my word. Somebody did it. Somebody took us to 12 subscribers over there. Our goal is 21. You're getting us a little bit closer. We already have 5 gifted members over here on YouTube. Ubisoft needs to just fix their IPs. Right, so double dipping. Thank you, Buffalo. Thank you so much. TJ Rage. Oh, my man, TJ Rage. That's amazing. Learning TT. Homie, I slide over so I can see the text really big on the screen. I feel like such a boomer. I can't find people become members over here in subs and I don't see it some of the times. Like, it literally doesn't put it on my screen. It's so bizarre. It should be in the chat feed. Most industries get easier as they grow, right? Trying to ponder this lately. Okay, yeah, I've gotten sidetracked here. Thank you so much for the rose hunting life, and welcome in Train and everybody else. This is what's going on, okay? I want you to imagine in other industries the challenges that they face haven't changed that much over the years. You just have to kind of expand and iterate on, like, let's think about, like, the automotive industry right now. They obviously struggle with demand sometimes when the economy is bad, but as far as, like, what they're doing, it's not quite the same. It's not like they suddenly need twice the workforce to keep making cars. It's not like they suddenly need twice the workforce. They need to add to their workforce, but I feel like video games in particular have mushroomed to a size that companies are scrambling to keep up. They need significantly larger staff. They need significantly larger budgets. They got to upgrade their tech. They have to do mocap. They got to get, like, movie actors to do the voice lines, the scripts, all this stuff. So, like, I feel as if the explosion of video games has created a challenge for development companies to catch up. Like, I'm not making excuses, but I just think it's really, really difficult. We went through that with our coffee company. Speaking of coffee, nope. This is not you guys. I got an email. I thought maybe somebody ordered some coffee, but we ran into this with our coffee company. They started exploding and they couldn't keep up with demand. And then everything was bad for a while. Now it's gotten better. The mistake that happened with these bags, that was not on them, actually. That was the printers. So I think the growth of video games is where this comes from. Good to see you Train in both places. They continue to develop new games, so they must be doing something right. Not sure what, because it seems like all I hear is complaints about their games. It depends on what games you play from Ubi. Rainbow Six Siege turned things around. I know For Honor turned things around. I think in general, Assassin's Creed Valhalla gets mixed response, but it's been very successful. And I really do. I think AC Mirage, I think Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to be awesome. I do. And then you got Avatar, and then you got an open world Star Wars game. I mean, The Crew is on the way. Now, Just Dance and Mario Rabbids underperformed, and I think there's challenges there. I do. I think there's challenges there. I think there was a downturn in game purchases. There was a downturn in interest. I think the Mario Rabbids game is a really, really tough sell because you're selling Mario, and Mario's super casual, you know, it's me. And then you're putting him into a game where it's kind of complex. It's an XCOM game. Like, I don't think the first one lended itself to a bunch of new purchases. I think a lot of people played the first one and they're like, this is not a Mario game. This is kind of a complex game. They made it very accessible. I will say that. Like, the Mario Rabbids games are very accessible, but I think it's in a strange genre and makes it really tough. Yo, my man Insomniac Black hitting a 16-month milestone, and it's a VIP. Due to my job not allowing phones or earbuds, I kind of have to switch over to Spotify. Promptly ran to Amazon to buy a speaker. Nobody's going to stop me from getting my daily dose of Reforge. That's my man right there. Insomniac Black, always positive, always awesome, renewing that membership. If you guys are watching on YouTube, we're having a nice little uptick here. Thanks for tuning in. I was a little worried about this topic. It's good to see you guys trusting and tuning into the show, even when it might be about something that's a little bit more negative. Yeah, there's definitely Ubisoft cuts incoming, Paul. We're talking about Ubisoft in 2023. If you're enjoying the conversation, smash a like button. I'd love to see 200 likes on YouTube. Tons of people are smashing a like button over here on the tick. Ubisoft put the completely broken games for years. Why are we surprised the wheels are coming off? Yeah, as far as Guillemot's email goes, it's crystal clear there's Ubisoft layoffs coming, right? The Ubisoft CEO email was essentially code for that. It's like, hey, we got to buckle down and trim and be lean. It's like, oh, really? We have to be lean? I don't know. The challenge, I think, is they have so many good franchises, right? They have good franchises. They don't necessarily have a whole lot of great games right now. You got Assassin's Creed, great franchise. The Division, say what you want about The Division. I think The Division's a great franchise. I think it really, really came a long way with all the changes they did in Division 1 and Division 2. Discovered your channel a few days ago. Looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy coverage. Love your content, realistic takes, expectations. I absolutely love hearing that. Like, when you type that, that just makes my day. I'm not trying to be, like sentimental. I am kind of a sentimental guy, but, like, that's really meaningful to me that, like, you discovered me through Hogwarts and you're here for a Ubisoft stream. That is a huge compliment to what I do. I try to run a variety gaming show, and it's like the fact that you're going to watch when it's not that main subject that you found me for, that's a huge compliment. Like I said, I think they have good franchises. I do. And now they're getting handed Avatar. Now they're getting handed Star Wars. So it's like, come on, guys. Come on. Nail some stuff here. Vengeance with a $10 tip. Funny how opposites attract. Goddess, my wife, running crap over on the Ticket Tax. Meanwhile, I'm over here on YouTube reminding everyone that Loney's a Sony fanboy and he likes The Last Jedi. Man, oh man, Vengeance, did you marry up? Just such a Neanderthal Xbox caveman, and she just seems so pleasant and nice. I hope you treat her well. I'm kidding, but seriously, you are a caveman. No, that's cool. I didn't know y'all were married. That's really, really cool. That is really, really cool. It's important to talk about these things. Ubisoft put out completely broken games for years. Oh, why are we surprised? He's saying it's important to talk about these things. Yeah, I think it's important to talk about these things, for sure. Whoa, Lono likes The Last Jedi. No, I do not. He does that to goad me. I absolutely hate that movie. I hate it. I don't understand why we won't commit to one of the longest and ongoing franchises in the division. People are still doing raids every day. Excuse me. Listen, the only thing that worries me about the Division is that they took the people off the Division to work on Star Wars. That worries me for two reasons. It's like, man, you guys should have been primed and ready to go and making a really, really good Division 3, right? You guys should have been in a great spot for that. And second, are you guys going to be good at making a Star Wars game? I don't know. Maybe. The Division came, I think, a really long way. But I'm kind of with you, right? I'm like, let's go, man. Really dig in on this brand. They took the core team, right? Like, the silver lining running through all of this, I think, is they are digging in on their biggest brands. That's what they've said, right? So to me, it's like, okay, do that. Stop piddling around with all this other stuff. Like, if you had 7 unannounced titles that you canceled, okay, it's time to start delivering. It's time. Give us a good Assassin's Creed. Nail the Star Wars game. Nail the Avatar game. Do it. Treat your franchises well. Make this the crew game. Make it awesome. Like, if in my mind, if I'm looking at Ubisoft in 2023, that's the number one thing I'm going to say is, this is it. This is your time to prove that your franchises, whether it's this Assassin's Creed game or future Assassin's Creed games, because we know there's more, this one might be, in some people's minds, a bit of a step backwards because it's not going to be the big open world RPG. It's going to be a return to the more linear. But here's the problem. This is my main concern with 2023. I feel like it's going to be 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. It's going to be like, yeah, man, AC Mirage. And then they're going to have to do something with X Defiance. Yeah, man, Avatar. And then they're going to have to release Skull and Bones. Do you see what I'm saying? It's going to feel like this wobbly plane where, like, one engine's running well and the other's just not. It's like, come on, guys. Like, I wish they could legally, I know they can, I think they're legally obligated to launch Skull and Bones. I wish they would just cancel Skull and Bones. Take all those people and let them work on something else. Like, the sad thing about Skull and Bones is I don't even think anybody wants it anymore. I don't. Who wants that game now? Like, what are you even going to do with it? Who's going to buy it? Wheezy will say, get good, loser. I felt so lost in Monster Hunter Rise. It took me forever to figure out how to kill a monster. Oh, yeah. I watched the first hour of gameplay. We were considering playing it today, and I was like, that is not my game. That is not my people. Assassin's Creed Rogue is by far the best. My favorite is Assassin's Creed Origins. I think that's the best Assassin's Creed. And yes, I played 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations. Yes. And I have played Black Flag, and I have played Syndicate. I skipped Unity. And I think Origins is the best. If you were in charge of Ubi, what would you do? Complete breakdown. If I was in charge of Ubisoft right now, I would cancel Skull and Bones. I would cancel X Defiant. I would put all of those people on other titles right now. I would shift them immediately. Shut those down if I was in charge. First thing I would do. This thing's dead in the water. This thing's dead in the water. No. X Defiant, Skull and Bones. Take them behind a woodshed and kill them. We don't want them. They won't do well. It'll be more loss, okay? Why Skull and Bones? It's going to be an economic disaster. It already is an economic disaster. They will and have already lost money on that title. It's going to do very poorly. They're designing a live service game that nobody asked for, right? Why do you cancel Skull and Bones? Because I think it's going to do very poorly. I think it's a bad decision. Like, if I'm looking at forecasts and I'm looking at the future, that game is, no pun intended, that game is dead in the water. I don't think it goes anywhere. That's what I would do. I would, number one, I would dig down and make sure I had my absolute best talent on Star Wars, Avatar, Assassin's Creed, and then The Division. But I know The Division is basically they're going to be pressing pause on it because of a lot of the core team working on the Star Wars game. Now, outside of that, I would make sure we were reinvesting in our most profitable properties. The Crew, Just Dance. I would end the relationship with Nintendo. I would no longer do anything with Mario Rabbids. I think that's a lost cause. The licensure alone is probably killing them. The royalty share with Nintendo is probably not worth it. So I would break ties with Nintendo. I don't think that's been good for them. Mario underperformed. If a Mario game underperforms, I wouldn't be doing anything else with that title ever again. I don't. I know XCOM fans might have liked it, but I don't think that that's worth pursuing any longer. Splinter Cell? Yes, I would reboot Splinter Cell. Yeah. I would reboot Splinter Cell. I also like the Watch Dogs series. If I was in charge of Watch Dogs, what I would be trying to do with Watch Dogs is I would be trying to create a Watch Dogs MMO. That's what I would be trying to do with Watch Dogs. If you're going to use Watch Dogs anymore in the future, I think it needs to be an MMO. MMO live service, big giant open world, amazing city. That's what I'd be doing with that. You could have PvE, PvP, PvEVP. You could do a lot with that franchise. I think your most important franchises are Assassin's Creed and Star Wars, Avatar, and The Crew, Just Dance, and The Division. I think those are the most important. I would also look into doing a sequel to Immortals Phoenix Rising, but again, the commercial success of that title and its reach are probably in a bad spot. Far Cry, this is going to shock you. I would actually EOL Far Cry. I would end of life Far Cry as a franchise. I think it's run its course. I don't think you can do anything with it anymore. it's not even, I mean, it's a recognizable name, but it's not a recognizable, like, game type. I think Far Cry's run its course. The challenge with Far Cry is to make it good, you got to make it big. You got to make it huge. And I think unless you did a live service ongoing Far Cry, I don't see how you do it. Rayman? Yeah, you could probably... I would probably get behind a Rayman. Yeah. I think nostalgic platformer, you know, let's go back to the old school days could do good. If you guys are just tuning in, thank you so much for being here. Really great turnout. I was actually like, man, I don't know. This stream... This topic might not fly, and you guys are tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. We're talking about Ubisoft in 2023. I think they could surprise us. I think they've got good games in the hopper. AC Mirage, Avatar, Star Wars, The Crew. I think they've got things that they could pull out of the hat. But I also think they've got a lot of bad titles that just they need to let go of. I'm really, really worried about X-Defiance and Skull and Bones just being a giant distraction and a continued sullying of the name of Ubisoft. Mario Rabbids Kingdom was the best-selling non-first-party game on the Switch. It's Ubi setting up non-realistic targets. So do you think the commercial success of Mario Rabbids was fine and Ubi's like, yeah, it just wasn't good enough? Or Paul, I wonder if it didn't. I wonder if it underperforms because they needed to hit really, really good thresholds to make the royalty split with Nintendo worth it. Does that make sense? Imagine a royalty split with Nintendo. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They probably were like, listen, if this, in order for this to be worth it, the quantity of sales need to be absolutely nosebleed high. Just nosebleed high. Bit of both, I think. Yeah, I would wager to say, yeah, they probably set their aspirations and sales goals really high, but I would bet dollars to donuts it's because of the royalty split with Nintendo. That's Ubisoft's issue. For every great title, they have 3 throwaway titles. They need to stop that. Well, and that's why everything they're saying is like, this is what you should have said a couple of years ago. Cut the crap. Quit trying to relevancy grab, man. YouTubers do it, and it kills them. They try to grab, this is relevant, this is relevant, this is relevant, this is relevant, this is relevant. No. Form your brand. Dig in, right? That's what we've been doing, and it's been working because it's like, I'm not just going to grab what's relevant. I want to do opinion, right? I want to own my show. I want to own my live show. Well, look at X-Defiant as a perfect example of just a relevancy grab. Oh, these types of PvP games are really hot right now. No, what? Stop it. No, get out of here. EOL, kill, shelve, whatever you got to do. Just put X-Defiant down like a... I'm not going to say it because I don't want to trigger people with pets. I was going to say like a sick dog, but you know, I'll say like a sick goose. Just put him down. X-Defiant's not going anywhere. There's no way. That thing will be just like, what was the thing they tried to do? The BR game, Hyperscape? Is that what it was called? Oh, yeah, Hyperscape. X-Defiant is just another Hyperscape. You're trying to relevancy grab, and it's going to blow up in your face, dude. Seriously, it is. One thing Nintendo gets right with sequels is most have 3 or 4 years between them. Yeah, that's true. Far Cry, like many other franchise, needs to be on the shelf for a decade. I got somebody over here on the Tiki Talk saying that, put more space between them. I actually think I agree with that. I think you'd probably get better return if you put a little bit more space between them. Like when the sequel's like stepping on itself. Yeah, I think I could agree with that. Hyperscape was good. Players are bad. Wait, you've got to be kidding around, Eugene. You got to be being facetious, right? This will sound cheesy, but Ubi needs a dev team that is happy to be working and inspired. But the environment at Ubisoft seems that it's not going to happen. Anytime they make, anything they make will be mid at best. Well, and here's the thing you got to consider. You got to consider this. What we just talked about, I'm telling you, it's so much like Xbox. It's like if you've got people wanting to strike and they're really unhappy, that's not a great environment for game development. Ubisoft earnings 2022. Far Cry 6 was behind the brand's best year ever. Why would you cancel Far Cry? It was a huge hit. No shot. They shelf one of their best franchises. I mean, I didn't have that information until right now, so I guess I wouldn't shelve it. I wouldn't shelve it. I wouldn't shelve Far Cry. If it's that commercially successful, I would just take the input from over here in this chat. I would space them out a little bit more. Because you're going to listen, Giancarlo Esposito, you're going to have to one up next time, right? You got Vaj, you got Pagan Min, now you got Giancarlo. You know, you're going to have to really go big with the next villain. You're going to have to. It's going to have to be big. That's the thing that Far Cry is actually reliable with. I think they could just spend big money on an amazing villain and follow the formula and the format and probably have a really great, successful next title. They just got to kind of watch the horizon and be like, who would make a great villain right now? Like, Giancarlo was an amazing snag. He's just fabulous. Eugene says, no, I'm not kidding. The skill gap and the expression was too high. People got crapped on. Eugene, you know what I'm going to say, right? You know what I'm going to say. If you're trying to make a game like that and you fail in that regard, then your game sucks. I hate to say it. Seriously. Christoph Waltz would be a great Far Cry villain. No. I love Christoph. Give me Rami Malek. That's who I think the next Far Cry villain should be. Give me him. I think, oh my gosh, he'd be excellent, man. He'd be captivating. That guy would be fabulous as a villain. It'd be so good. What if they made a game? Yeah, from Until Dawn. Yeah. He was nuts in that. Just hear me out. Where you're a mysterious hooded man who can leap off buildings and land safely and conveniently placed piles of crap. Yeah, what if you were a hooded man that could fight really well, hit people with a blade? Yeah. There's something there. There's something there. He was great in the last James Bond. Yeah, Rami's amazing. Yeah, okay, so I'll take that one back. Maybe I got a little overzealous. Okay, let's leave Far Cry alone. Let's space them out. You can space out Far Cry. Far Cry's a good franchise. At the very least, I just think you got to put X Defiance and Skull and Bones down. You just have to. 400 people here on YouTube, man. Thank you for the strong turnout. Let's see 200 likes on the video. Who wants to be the first coffee order of the day? We've got no coffee orders yet. Try out Reforge Roast. It's sitting right here. We got 3 different flavors. Feel free to ask me about it if you're curious. And we've already gotten started here. Quintar got us 5 members already. If that hits 25, I give 5 back to the community. Great way to get those is to be here as often as you can. Really wish Lono could watch The Boys, missing out on one of the greatest villains. Yeah, I'll have to try to find time for it. I really do want to see it. I'd love to see another game with the Menaces system from Shadows of War implemented in a live service. I hated that. I hated that so much. I think the idea is cool, but the execution was so frustrating. You would kill an orc, and then later on, you'd be fighting somebody, and all of a sudden the camera would spin, and he'd be like, I'm here to cut your guts out. And you're like, what? And he's got like a scar on his face. You did this to me. And you're like, but I'm in the middle of something, so if you just give me a minute, then I'll fight you. It was so irritating. I felt like I was never able to get beyond that. The next time we see that system will be in the Wonder Woman game. I forgot about the Wonder Woman game. Please do the rest of the stream in orc voice. That's one of my voices I use when my kids are reading a book. That's a rat. It's a sea rat. That's a pirate rat. Yeah, that's the voice I use for sea rats whenever they show up. Foxes are more like, they have more of like a raspy tone when I do foxes. But there are fox pirates, so you have to like blend the and you gotta like blend that with the fox who's like, I'm more cunning. And you gotta bring them together, you know. I've been doing that recently with we're in Redwall, and there's a fox who's in charge, but he's also a pirate, so I have to blend them together. Nothing says stealth killer like an outfit that hinders both your hearing and your peripheral vision. S-tier video game logic. Nothing says expert assassin. Nothing says expert assassin, Derek, like cutting your finger off. Cut your finger off. That'll make you more effective. Yeah. Meat's back on the menu. That's right. You're gonna have to toss me. Please don't as a Brit, I'm offended. Oh, stop it. Hitman Development are making a James Bond game? Really? I agree, Eugene, says Master Ty. High skill gap and expression doesn't lead to commercial success these days. Doesn't mean the game sucked. I liked Hyperscape. Yeah, but whether or not Hyperscape sucked is subjective, is it not? And that subjectivity is super duper important. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you make a game and it has like chess master level of skill gap, okay? Chess master level of skill gap, and you're like, this could be a huge hit. No, it's not. No, it isn't going to be. People are going to get very angry. I agree. The orc voice was spot on. I've actually worked on my voice acting a little bit. My kids really like the voices I do for the Redwall books. Like, my daughter will literally tell me, she'll be listening to a book. She's like, they don't do the voices as good as you. And I'm like, okay, girl. I take it. Lono would be great at D&D. I've had people tell me that. I just don't know if I'd be able to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hyperscape got a 68 from the review outlets, and then a 4.1, and then it got a 62 there. When does it not become subjective? Yeah. Wheezy says, nah, Paul's on to something. He says, nothing for the player to fall in love with. You want to keep players and sell skins. They need to love the heroes and the guns. Yeah, I think Hyperscape was just bad to begin with. Like, what you're saying, Eugene, is probably the wrecking ball that crashed the shaky foundation anyway, right? Not only was the game not so hot, but it was like the people that were playing were just absolutely crushing everybody else. I wish Ubi would do something better with The Division. The Division 1 was such an awesome vibe when first exploring the post-pandemic city. They had something good with that atmosphere design. Slay Puffed, I absolutely love being in The Division. I do. Hey, our first order of coffee. Scholar Taptum. Oh, I see. I understand your name now. Yeah, I get your username. Scholar Taptum, thank you so much for ordering some Reforge roast. That's our first order of coffee. We got members, we got coffee, we got likes. We got somebody over here on the tick saying Redwall is criminally underrated. My children love them. We're in book 16, I believe. Triss, I believe is the name of it, and it just got really, really good. You have to do big booming voices for the badgers, right? I'm a badger lord from Saint-Mandé. You got to go way down for the badger lords. And recently there's a badger. He's with a hare and an otter, and he just ran into Triss and her otter. Oh, it's awesome. Like, they're like the two sides of the story are colliding. It's so fun. Division 1 Survivor Mode's the best way to play the Division. I absolutely loved the Division Survival. It basically saved the Division for me. For me, I was like, well, this is a reason to play. Like, this is really, really fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was awesome. Quit making us look bad, says Quiet Shy. Yeah, I do okay accents. I can't do Irish or Scottish very well. I do an okay, like, mid-lane Brit. I can do some Brit. Even Hilly tells me I do an okay job. He's like, yeah, you do an all right job. I wish they would implement a similar mode in the Division 2. Oh my gosh. I don't understand why they didn't take the Division 1 Survival and do it on the whole map and turn it into like a BR mode, so you drop in and the snowstorm, just like Fortnite, right? The storm is closing. It would have been awesome. It would have been so cool, right? Like, just like in Fortnite, right? Like a helicopter flies over and you're like, city's under siege right now. There's a blizzard. We got to drop in and extract. And you're like, all right. And you pick where you're going to drop and you parachute in and you land in some spot in the city. It would have been awesome. Basically, survival was like a low-key, like mid-level BR. You just couldn't choose where you started. Like, you just woke up and you were in like a random room, and there were routes that you were supposed to run because you knew where the good drops would be. Dude, if you'd have randomized that and let people drop on the whole city, it would have killed. It would have crushed. Think about this with me. If they would have done that at its height and at its popularity, they would have been one of the BRs to survive the Battle Royale Wild Wild West of an oversaturated market. There were so many games that tried to do Battle Royale and didn't survive. They could have done exactly. It was basically an extraction game, Eugene, which extraction games are also really popular right now. They could have done BR extraction before Tarkov was super popular, before Call of Duty did the DMZ. Man, oh man, I was constantly campaigning for that. I was like, bro, you had so much potential with the Division 1 survival. So much potential. And they were one of the first. Like, there weren't many other titles doing things like that back then. There wasn't a whole lot of competition for them, man. They really, really squandered that idea. They squandered that property. My concern now, and I've said this, we made this prediction, and it sounds like it's coming true. My concern now is they took all their good ideas, all their R&D, all their research and development about survival, and it's basically what the Division Heartland's going to be, and I'm worried it's not going to be very good. I'm worried it's not going to be very good. You know what I'm saying? Just some free-to-play garbage. It's going to be free-to-play. It's like, oh, come on. Here we go. Stalker games were good as well. Yo, good morning, Mass Thor. I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this show. We have a really, really great upload today that is about what is going on with Halo. Apparently, it's being taken from 343, so make sure you guys are around for that. I'm also going to be debating the future of Xbox with you, because last week we debated Hogwarts with you and 30 and So Gaming. It was this big, awesome show where the chat was debating, we were debating. It was awesome, so make sure you're here for that today. Plenty of great content. And then tonight, I'll be playing Police Officer Simulator with Hilly. You don't want to miss that, okay? That's members only. That's a great reason to be a member. Survival PvP 1v4. Yeah, I have a clip somewhere. Oh, it's probably gone. No, it's dead. It's gone. It's deleted. I had a clip of me winning a 1v4 when people were teaming in the solo queue. Oh, buddy, did it feel good to kill those idiots. They really did squander that, says Slay Puffed. I think the next wave of gaming is going to be these extraction-style games. Oh, you and Eugene just became best friends. He thinks the same thing. I don't, but he thinks that. Tarkov, Darker and Darker. Dark and Darker, that's the replacement for Battle Royale. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh my goodness, a Police Officer Simulator, how bad is this going to be? Should be very good. It should be very good. Does Hilly know how to use a gun? As a Brit, he's going to be like, which part's the trigger? He'll just only use his billy club. Bobby on the beat, just bopping people on the head, dude. Tiffany says, I'm hoping Hogwarts has multiple saves so my hubby and I can have separate playthroughs. Just make a second profile, Tiffany. Where are you playing it? Make a second profile. Yep, I already retweeted Skill Up this morning, Wheezy. Yep. Oh, yes. If you're on the fence about Forspoken, I tried to warn people the other day with my performance concern stream. You're going to start to notice something. I'm saying it first. I say it first. I make the call first, and now you got big content creators weighing in. They're like, I don't know about Forspoken, man. They're being really selective with who gets their review codes and the embargo drop. Yes, I would be very, very cautious about Forspoken. I tried to warn people a couple of days ago, and I got told I was overreacting. I'm like, sure. Smells like another just undercooked game or poorly optimized game, bro. I would really watch out. Multiple saves in Hogwarts Legacy has been confirmed. Okay, cool. There you go. Forspoken's going to take a beefy PC. It really is. It really is. It's gonna take, you need a video card that came out 3 months ago. Oh, man. I told y'all. I tried to tell y'all real early on. We were looking at that gameplay, and I was like, man, something's weird. Something weird is going on here, man. I don't know. This game looks weird. The way they're doing the graphics. I tried to say something. Everybody told me I was over-analyzing it. Uh-huh. So do you see Battle Royale continuing to dominate gaming, or what do you think if not extraction-based games? I think that the future, the next wave is live service MMO. Like mid-lane live service MMO. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I think is next. I think the next wave of games is action-adventure looking games that are like a live service MMO game. I mean, look at what's coming out. You got Blue Protocol, you got Wayfinder, New World's coming back. They're having their comeback. I think that's the next wave. I think extraction modes are going to maintain popularity, but just like a rogue, I think they frustrate people in a way that will keep them from being as popular as Battle Royales. I don't think they can get into the main line. Right? I don't think they can get into the main line because it's yo, what's good, Masterclass? Good to see you. Hope you're doing great as well. I think that's the challenge. Like, look at the popularity of rogues, right? Rogues have risen in popularity. You know, Hades won awards, okay? But I still think rogues are always going to be that. They're always going to shove people out of the game. People are going to be like, I just don't like this. I don't like the starting over. I don't like the loss. I don't like the risk. It stresses me out. You see what I'm saying? I think roguelikes have so much untapped potential. Returnal's fantastic, and Hades is phenomenal. I actually think I wanted to do an opinion piece about this week. I might save it for when Returnal has its release date. I think Returnal will be more commercially successful on PC than it was on PlayStation 5. I think it will. I think it'll be more commercially successful. I think Returnal's going to crush on PC. Its only problem, its biggest barrier, is its memory requirements. That's my biggest concern about it, is with respect to hardware. I think a ton of people aren't going to be able to play it. They're going to be like, I can't get it to run well. And if you can't get Returnal to run well, you can't enjoy it. Going back to Returnal next month? Yeah, maybe for like an afternoon. We can't do lots of gameplay here. It doesn't go over all that well. I think you are more anti-rogue than most. I think that colors your view, but I won't die on that hill. Zubair, do you honestly think that rogue games are mainstream right now? Do you think they appeal to the masses? Listen to what I said, right? To the degree that, like, Battle Royales do? Like, do you think you're ever going to have a rogue that's as commercially successful as, like, a single-player action-adventure game? You see what I mean? Like, or like a dungeon crawler? I don't know. Like, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I see rogues and extraction games always doing that. They're always going to have that rough edge that lots of people trip on. They're like, I can't do it. No, I don't like this. I think they're growing in popularity. I think they're starting to smooth that rough edge to make them more approachable. I think Vampire Survivors is actually going to help the rogue genre because I think people just love... This is where I think rogues are actually going to be the most popular, okay? I'll make a prediction about rogues. I think rogues will start to be extremely mainstream and accepted on mobile. It's the perfect format for on the bus, on the toilet, video games. It's perfect for that. Like, it's not, it has that one-off, it has that, I can do this right now, and I'm upgrading, right? I'm upgrading, I'm getting stuff, I'm growing, but my session is a quick session, and 15, 20 minutes and I'm out. There is a rogue resurgence on mobile right now. There's so many rogue games coming out, and it's Vampire Survivors, I think, is one of the ones that kind of started it. Let me refine my statement. I think people are more meh on rogues than frustrated. Right. Okay, but that doesn't necessarily take away from what I'm saying, right, Zubair? I was making, like, to me, extraction games are analogous to rogues. And the reason we're talking about extraction games is we were talking about the Division 1 survival. We're talking about Ubisoft in 2023, and we were talking about the potential of the Division survival mode, right? And how it was basically an extraction mode before extraction modes were really popular. And somebody said, the next wave is going to be extraction games. And I'm like, I just don't think so. I don't think so. I think it has just enough for Battle Royale people to say, I'd rather just go play Battle Royale. Does that make sense? Like, how many people are going to play Hades 2 and be like, I'm just going to go play Diablo? Do you see what I'm saying? It has just enough presence of another genre to, like, pull you away from it. To be like, I just don't like this. I don't like the dying and starting over. But then there's people that absolutely love it. There's people that absolutely love it. Like, I'll admit to you right now, every time I play Returnal, I'm like, dadgummit, imagine if this was a looter shooter. Oh my gosh, if this was a looter shooter. Bullet hell, dungeon crawling, third-person action-adventure looter shooter. Oh my gosh, how crisp that runs. Can you imagine randomly generated dungeons in the Returnal world with bullet hell bosses and loot popping out of everywhere? Oh, I would play the ever-loving snot out of a game like that, right? Imagine there was a game like that. Every time I'd play Returnal, I'd kind of feel like, man, I just want to go play that other game. I think every time somebody plays an extraction game, that's what they're going to say. I'll just go play DMZ. Well, I'm sorry. I'm in the DMZ. I'll just go play Warzone. I'll just go play Plunder. You know what I mean? I think the stress, the loss, and the frustration will always drive people away from those games, and that they'll always keep them that will always keep them in a lane. Hunting for Life says, you mean like Destiny? Well, no. No, I don't think so. It's not third person, bullet hell. It doesn't have that feel that Returnal has. Yeah, let's get those balloons, Hilly. I don't think the current iteration of these extraction games has the power to take over, but I think if it's done right, you could win the mainstream consciousness. DMZ could do it, Slay Puffed. It could, but I don't think it is. I think the griefing, I just think the griefing is what makes people not do it. I already do that. I'd rather play Apex or Warzone than DMZ. Here, let me tell you why extraction games will always struggle. It takes one bad game for you to say, F this, I'm out. Think about it. You got everything ready to go, you go to extract, and some griefing turd is just camping the extraction site. He's just there to ruin people's day. He don't care about extracting, he don't care about progressing, right? That one time is all it takes for a lot of people. They're like, I'm out, bro. Nope, not doing this again. Same thing happens in Rogues. Really good run, get really far, go all the way back, and they feel like somebody just punched them in the stomach. It just blows the wind out of their lungs. They're like, oh, I don't want to do that again. Like, it takes a certain type, I think, for it to scratch an itch in your brain. One more run, one more run, one more run. Like, that's how you get an extraction game to be as popular as a Battle Royale. Battle Royales do that, right? You're like, let's go again. Come on, guys. One more. Where are we dropping? You kind of do the same thing with Vampire Survivors. You're like, one more. Come on. One more run. Actually, don't blame them for not giving out review codes. Play the demo or the trial and decide for yourself. Master Tire, you said that about Forspoken? You mean that? That is a weird take. Anthem could have easily competed with Destiny if it continued. Well, yeah, if Anthem would have been in production for 4 or 5 years instead of 18 months, I think it would have been amazing. The little glimpse that we got of what that team could do, I think they could have built an amazing game. Seriously. You said you want Jedi Survivor like Sekiro, yet you complain that PlayStation games are all alike. You didn't watch that video. You're reducing that video down to its thumbnail and title, so responding to you is a waste of time. You need a partnership with another YouTube channel like an auto repair channel who we can ask what normal people think about gaming topics. We're like a room full of doctors discussing pop health myths. I saw a video recently, Zubair. It's so funny that you just said that. Oh my gosh, it's funny that you just said that, Zubair. I saw a video this morning of a guy. He had his wife play Elden Ring. And you don't see her, you're just listening to her. And it's hilarious. He edited it really well. It's actually quite funny. It's like, gaming with a non-gamer or something like that. And I was like, what if we had a channel called, like, Reforge Madam? Right? Something like that. And it would literally be just a channel for Madam. So I'd be like, all right, babe, this is what's going on. This is what this game is like. What do you think? Or, like, have her play games. And just, people would love that, I think. It would take way too much work, but it definitely sparked an idea in my head. I'm like, oh, that'd be an amazing channel that we have no time for. We have no time for that. But it would be an amazing channel because she's not a gamer, right? I love Madam. I'd watch Madam. Yeah, Shells and Goddess. I think people would love it. We just don't have any time. We don't have any time. It would be so good. So many people are emailing me about my shorts. Like my YouTube shorts, not like shorts that I wear. They're emailing me about my shorts. Chat. Why? Oh, why is that doing so poorly? Short this morning. I don't think anybody cares about Ubisoft. I'm glad you guys tuned in, man. That short's dead in the water. What's Ubisoft going to do in 2023? People are like, we don't care. If you clicked on my video today from a suggest or your homepage, I'm getting a lot of people to click from other videos. Thanks so much for clicking on my video. I'd love to hear from you. Click subscribe so you can talk in my chat. What do you think about Ubisoft in 2023? Seems like they're kind of failing recently, but I think they might surprise us. My man Brian with the $5 tip through Super Chat on YouTube. I haven't gone back to the DMZ after losing the new AR to campers sitting on an extraction. Exhibit A, Your Honor. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's exactly the point that I was making. One really bad run, and you out. You're like, I'm done. I ain't doing this. All of a sudden, people are complaining about phrase dialogue when she talks no more than every other MC in every other game. I wonder why. Oh, come on. That's not all of a sudden. Master Ty, people have been complaining about the lead. Did you know your title says 2033? Just a heads up. No, it doesn't. You're lying. Oh, did I mess it up? Oh, did I really? Well, we'll leave it. Listen, guys. We're making a prediction. What's Ubisoft doing in 10 years? In a decade? Bro, your YouTube shorts are really good. Thank you. Ibid, Your Honor. Ibid. Gaming in 10 years. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. The 10-year run. He's talking about the TikTok. Over here on YouTube, it's right. I fat-fingered it on my cell phone. Personally, I don't have an issue with phrase dialogue. What's Yoda say when he's like, I'm not afraid? He's like, you will be. I'm not really annoyed with her dialogue. You will be. You will be. Maybe not. People like hardcore modes, permadeath, etc. I think Extraction will have an audience. I think it'll definitely have an audience, Hilly. I don't think it'll rival Battle Royales. The prediction is that it's going to be the next big wave, right? Extraction modes are going to be the next big wave. I don't think so. I think Extraction will do fine. I think the next big wave is action-adventure live service MMO games. Or just, let's just say live service MMO games. Whether it's a shooter or an action-adventure game, I think live service MMO is the next big wave. That's what I think. I wish there was a bit more diversity in the biomes. The writing and the dialogue sounds like what old white people think young minorities sound like. I didn't say that. Wheezy said that. I didn't say that. Wheezy, you have to... I think... Yeah. No. Yeah, production's saying you have to show... You're going to have to show your black card. I didn't say that. Wheezy said that. And production is saying that we need you to produce that in chat so people understand is that I did not say that. Ubisoft is going to have a hard time making Far Cry 9 in the post-nuclear war hell. The lack of power is a problem. The lack of skilled talent. And, of course, the bus-sized ants who rule us now. Yeah, in 10 years. We're talking about Ubisoft in 2023. That's the topic for today, discussing they are failing miserably right now. Now, I argued in my show open that I actually think they could surprise us this year, okay? I do. Put Wheezy's comment on the screen for transparency. It's fine. You can't cancel me again. You can. Try it. All you'll do is increase my numbers. I really want you to. I really want somebody to try to cancel me again. Dang Gen Zers and their hip words and distracting clothes. Stop lying, I heard you say it. I'm addicted to the live service of Disney Dreamlight Valley. Does that count? My daughter loves that game, but she's getting really frustrated because she picks everything up and her inventory keeps getting jam-packed full. I'm like, girl, you gotta move the story along. You're supposed to be planting flowers and making your building bigger and she just wants to she just stays in this little circle. She loves it. She's planting flowers and chopping everything down. It's adorable. Watching her play and like squeal with glee when she figures things out. She's like, "Oh, Papa!" And she like shows me. She's like, I did this." I'm like, "Get it, girl, get it." Did Mob Mentality really try and cancel you before? How and why? Jealousy. That's about it. And like a really, really good show that gets canceled and picked up by Netflix, we're over here on YouTube doing just fine. I wonder if Ubisoft is going to piecemeal sell some of their IPs or the whole operation to people like Embracer Group. I don't think they're going to do that, Slay Puffed. I think they want to keep their IPs. I think that's why they're drilling down. I think that's why they canceled 7 unannounced titles. They're like, we've got good IPs. We've got Assassin's Creed. We've got the Star Wars open world game. We've got The Crew. You know, the Division maybe in the future. Star Wars open world game. I think Just Dance could continue to make them, money again. That mob has not been squeaky clean as of late. They never are, Ronald. They never are. They never were. If they do Assassin's Creed Online correct, we could see another $1 billion market. I think they learned so much from AC Valhalla. They really did. I think they learned a lot from AC Valhalla. They could put so much of that into a really good Assassin's Creed live service game. Me on Grounded SE2, every game I play, I hoard. I wanted to enjoy Grounded so much. I really did. Hey, Vendetta. I was just getting ready to say, now would be a great time to gift members. So many loyal names in chat. Such a great core audience we have responding to our more opinion-style coverage. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And thank you, Vendetta, Tony, Bamba, La Banana, and D-Max Speeds, Zathos, and Roadkill. You guys all got a gifted membership from Vendetta. That means you can watch Hilly and I play Police Officer Simulator tonight. That means you can get into our members-only Discord. Be sure to do all those things. And Abe's going to take us to 11. If we hit 25 members, I have to gift 5. Sony Nakamura got that one. Thank you so much for being here, Sony. Guys, if you want to do your own membership, you can. It's only $5. You get into a member stream that we do every day, as well as the Friday night member streams, as well as our members-only Discord. So consider becoming a member today. It's literally how we do live streams like this. You'll notice I've been streaming for 1 hour and 12 minutes. I've not run a single advertisement. And the way we were able to do that is because we have a bunch of members. That's literally how live streams live. We don't live off of ads. We live off of you and your generosity and your kindness. Narwaffle with 8 months jumping back in, gives a thumbs up. Thank you, Narwaffle. My issue is I never know what's important. I overthink every item. Yeah, I think oftentimes, Goddess, in a game like that where there's tons of inventory and tons of things to pick up and do, you go through choice paralysis. You're like, I don't know if I'm supposed to use this, keep this, scrap this, sell this. I don't know, right? Yo, Zach Smith is going to gift a membership and get us to about the halfway mark on the daily goal. 12 new members already. Legend status renews his membership and hits an 8-month milestone. And my man Ken Pachi, good to see you in the chat, Ken Pachi. He gets the gifted member from Zach. And Abe's going to do another one, pushing us past the halfway mark. 13 members for the day, and it goes to Free J Free. Thank you guys so much for getting a little member train going here on YouTube. We're trying to get subs over here on the TikTok already. We have 12. Our next goal is 21. I just picked it because it just told me to. So that's such a random number, but lucky number 21, I guess. Is that a lucky number? I don't know. We'll say that it is. We'll say that it is. Let's try to hit 21 over here on the tick. You can hit that star button at the top of the screen, and it does support me. My man Rob V is going to gift a membership over here on YouTube. You guys apparently have decided that we're going to do a member train right now in this Ubisoft in 2023 stream. Dasha Nakla got the gifted member. Belanjude Gaming gives a membership as well, and it goes to Gabriel Arias. Thank you so much for being here. That takes us to 15 members on the day. Abe's gonna gift another one. What is going on? You guys are like, let's just do this one at a time, chisel away at it. Bing, bing, bing. David Hollows gets the gifted membership from Abe. This is a fun little member train over here on YouTube. If you're watching on the tick, you can watch on YouTube at Reforge Gaming. This is a reason to do it. Vendetta is going to do one. What is going on? That takes us to 17 members on the day. Dat Dude got it. And Rissick says, all right, everybody, this is how you do it. He's like, everybody, stand back. Stand back. Rissick's in the room going for the most gifteds. He just wants to take the crown, pushes us to 37. He drops a 20 bomb on the chat. It goes to Tim Preston, Jeff Blum, Brian Smith, Scott North, Gone8687, Immortal Gaming, Sprinting Snail, Jallo K, Patrick Meadows, Philip Ido, Dave, Branson Skidmore, Spawn, Coral Reefer, Samurai Tenchi, Sekhmet, and Loenis, and D-Flash, and M.W. Silverback, and Big Boss. There you go. 20 people getting a membership. That means I have to gift 5. The best way to get these memberships is to be here as often as you can. And every 25, I pay it forward. So if this ends up saying 50, I have to do it again. I'm going to gift my 5 now as a way to say thank you for being here, as a way to say thank you to all the kind people who just gifted members. So here comes my 5 as well. If we hit 3,000 members on the subject of Ubisoft, I have to do another Just Dance stream. And Chaos Marks is going to jump back in the member pool. Gipshot, Shannon Daniel, Zoe, Willie Cabal, and Jeff England. You guys all got a membership from me. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Our current member count is 2,440. 2,440. Keep in mind, we're doing the Star Wars Episode 2 watch party tomorrow night. Tonight, I'm hanging out with my man Hilly, and then tomorrow night, my wife and I will be doing a Star Wars Episode 2 watch party. You guys unlocked that last month for hitting a big goal. If you hit 2,500 again this month, which we're about 60 members away from, we'll do it again next month, okay? We'll do Episode 3, right? So, you can get us to 2,500 right now. If we hit 3,000, then I have to do a Just Dance stream, and I don't want to. So, I'm happy to just keep hitting 2,500 every single month and not hit 3,000. So, we're within reach of 2,500 right now. Lono Dope. Hey, Vapor. It's good to see you, my man. Yo, Rob V. Coming in with a 5-month membership. Best $6 to spend every month. Thank you so much, Rob V. I have 2, I guess. There was one from last night. Huh? Do you want to do it right now? Okay. Well, just come in when That's how I wake my son up. I walk into his room and I go, boy. If he hits 2,999, Lono will stop streaming. That's right. No. Yeah. Get out of here, sticking your tongue out at me. Nice robe, by the way, bud. You guys both have robes on. Yo, Simon coming in with 4 months. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. What's your best Ubisoft game and worst? My favorite Ubisoft game is probably Assassin's Creed Origins. Got to go enjoy the show. Thank you so much, Mystery. Assassin's Creed Origins would be my favorite. No school, snow day. Oh no, my kids are homeschooled. Well, they're homeschooled combined with this other program that they do, where they actually go to a class. It's what's called a co-op or whatever. They do both. And my wife crushes it. They're both super smart. My daughter's like reading chapter books. Like, she's 9 and she's just flying through chapter books. I'm like, all right, go for it. Yeah, so my all-time favorite would be Assassin's Creed Origins. My least favorite Ubisoft game, like the worst one, what was the Far Cry Caveman game? Far Cry Tribal or whatever it was. That one was terrible. Golly, it was terrible. It ran like garbage. Was not a good game. I'm trying to think. Far Cry Primal, not Tribal. Snow says hello. Hello, Snow! Thanks for being here, Hex. Love you guys. You guys are the best. If Ubisoft could just come out to a sequel or successor to Valiant Hearts. Yeah, Far Cry Primal was real bad. I did not like that at all. It should have been great, and it wasn't. Oof, it was bad. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Yeah, Ghost Recon Wildlands was real bad. Division's my favorite Ubisoft game. What's your favorite Ubisoft game, chat? Ubisoft in 2023, what's your favorite one? What are you hoping what are you hoping they add? Make me feel like a crappy parent for having to settle for public school? Well, I don't care if you send your kids to public school. There's some killer schools out there. We have great schools in our city. We just prefer to homeschool. Yeah, Blood Dragon was really cool. It was a good DLC. Wildlands is highly underrated. How is it highly underrated? I thought it was terrible. AC Brotherhood's your favorite. AC Black Flag about a decade ago. Child of Light is one of the only turn-based games I have ever enjoyed. I really, really wish they would do a sequel to it. I loved Child of Light. I was having my daughter play it, and she thought it was awesome. Thought it was great. Ubisoft has a Star Wars coming out? Yes. They have an open-world Star Wars game coming out? Yes. The core Division team at Massive is working on it. Division in Valhalla says Creature. A lot of people are saying AC Odyssey. A lot of people are saying Black Flag. Brotherhood by a slim margin. Oh, Paul, stop it. We have very good school. Good schools. Crew 2 just needs some custom races, and it would have been bigger than Forza. Really? Yeah, the Crew is actually pretty popular. As far as my fave, it was Odyssey so far, says Sebastian. Sebastian Capitan. AC2 for me, nostalgia. AC Brotherhood was my fave. Best UB game is Far Cry 5. Really? Far Cry 5. I'm going to check over here. Nope, still 12. Okay. I realized with the big Siki e-learning, I couldn't hack it as a teacher. Honestly, depressing. Oh, it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. My wife sometimes sends me text messages like, my son's reading lessons have been pretty challenging. She's like, send me a drink. Not an AC guy or Division. I'm more of a fan of UB's smaller stuff. I think an honorable mention of like my favorite UB game, an honorable mention would be the Immortals Phoenix Rising. I think that one deserves an honorable mention. That was an awesome little game, man. It really, really was. Mario Rabbids is fire. My dad's obsessed with Wildlands and is always trying to get me to try it, and I'm like, nah, fam. Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow would be one of my all-time faves. There was a Ghost Recon that I played with my brother that was so fun. We would go and like plan out what we were going to do beforehand and like breach doors. It was really, really smooth. It was really, really satisfying. I remember enjoying it quite a bit, and I would play it cooperatively with my brother on PC. Because we were big into like Call of Duty and Unreal Tournament back then. I could never get into Assassin's Creed games. They're so boring. Only Far Cry I liked was 3. Mont Dog, listen to me. I want you, if you could never get into any of the Assassin's Creed games, I want you to find a video and just watch the first 30 minutes of Assassin's Creed Origins. Because if you like open world RPGs, like if you enjoyed, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West, Ghost of Tsushima, which I played a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima last night. I'm continuing to kind of just every once in a while boot it up and work on clearing the map. I just love that game. I replayed one of the duels. It was like a duel in the water with like these floating lamps. This guy was making light work of me, and I absolutely shredded him. Like, it took, I probably died like 6 or 7 times in a row. But buddy, when I learned all of his tells and beat him, oh my gosh, it felt amazing. I love that game. I want to clear the map, and then I want to do New Game Plus, but I don't know if New Game Plus would be as satisfying as starting all the way over on Lethal. Because I know in New Game Plus it gets harder, but they give you all your stuff. Like, you get to keep all your stuff and carry it over, which might kind of hurt the difficulty in the beginning. You know what I mean? I'm realizing I virtually never played any Ubi games. I played a couple hours of Division 2 when it was on that super sale, and that's it. Yo, what's good, Robert? Mont says, nah, Lono, I played a lot of them to try them out, but I could never stomach them enough to finish. Black Flag was the only one I thought was cool. But, Mont Dog, the reason I'm recommending AC Origins is it's a huge departure from the slower, more plotting format. Like, it's a big open world. It's just fantastic. It's more of an action-adventure RPG than like a classic Assassin's Creed stealth game. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you couldn't get into Assassin's Creed and you never gave Origins a shot, I'm just telling you to look it up. Like, just watch the first 30 minutes. I'm convinced you might say, well, all right, this is different. It's so good. Main character, Bayek, is so good. The story is so good. Oh, gosh, it's excellent. I won't lie, I never played AC Origins, Odyssey, or Valhalla. Those were the ones that turned me off the most. I might actually buy Mirage. Yeah, I think Mirage looks awesome. I think it looks awesome. Like, right there, you just see, like, the classic Assassin's Creed, you know, coming back. Just a classic, man. The hooded assassins. You know? The unseen. How about AC Hexe or Jade? Wish they made a combination of RPG and stealth to embrace a full open world game. Well, AC Jade is going to be a mobile game, and Hexe is going to be like a brand new type. It's like going to be scary. It's going to be like a scary game. So it's going to be very different. I played Ghost of Tsushima from the beginning on Lethal when the director's cut first dropped, and then Lethal New Game Plus. Feels like cheating because you have so many tools. That's why I didn't do it, Corey. I was like, let me finish the map. And let me just do a fresh game. A fresh game on Lethal. Because I feel like if I go over in the New Game Plus and turn it up to Lethal, it's not going to feel right. It's going to be like, I've got too many things at my disposal, like right off the bat. Even last night, I had the thing where, like, a perfect deflection, everything pauses. You know, I'm wearing that armor set that what they did with Ikishima. I don't even know what it's called, where, like, you do a perfect deflection, and then it's like, ka-ping, shoo, shoo, and you're like swinging really slow. I don't think you're not gonna have that in those early duels. It's so it makes it super, super easy. Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer was actually really fun. It really, really was. Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer was amazing. I've actually continued to say that I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla is going to impact the future of Ghost of Tsushima, and we're going to see a Ghost of Tsushima live service game in the future. Yo, what's good? And now your mama knows. How are you? Tried playing Origins. It was alright, but then Plague Tale came out and I dropped Origins. Mont Dog said something. He said, where is it? Nah, Lono. I played a lot of them. No. He says, okay, I'll try Origins out for you, Lono. You have twisted my arm. I didn't tell you to try it. I just said to find the first 30 minutes on YouTube. And if that doesn't convince you, then no, don't play it. Origins and Odyssey are basically the same game, except you can't turtle up behind a shield in Odyssey. I don't think they're basically the same game at all. The combat was very different. Odyssey was very, like, heavy Spartan kicks and shoves, and Origins was far more of like a melee-based. They felt very different. You also had a lot more stuff with like ships and boats and stuff in Odyssey, didn't you? Yes, it is. It deals with Basin before Valhalla. Yeah, Mirage is attached to Valhalla. Yes. Yeah, Magdashlu, whatever her name is, Magdashlu. I keep forgetting her first name. I want to get to the point where I can say her name like very easily. She also has shown up in Valhalla, and her character is in Mirage. I should go back and play Origins. I think I have like 4 or 5 hours in it. The combat was too arcadey for me. Origins was one where I put a ton of time into it, and then I came back to it and finished it, and I was very glad that I did. I liked it. It was very, very fun. Good story, excellent world and combat. I loved it. I thought it was an excellent game. If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about Ubisoft in 2023, and we're kind of talking about our favorite games. Could we get 28 more likes on YouTube? There's plenty of people here. Let's hit 300 likes. Thanks for all the likes over on the Tick, as well as all of the viewers that are hanging with us today. Cool to see consistency over here on this platform for streaming as well. I tried to power through all 3 of those games. By the time I hit Valhalla, I was burned out. I might go back after beating Ghost of Tsushima again. Origins was still close to being an actual assassin. After that, you're a warrior with a wrist blade and a spear. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. They did a big departure, and I'm actually okay with it. I am. Didn't Ubisoft make a great value Last of Us clone? No. What? I don't know what game you're referring to. What are you talking about? The Division? Or are you talking about the day before? Like, the day before is not them. The day before looks an awful lot like the Division. I need to get the platinum trophies for Ezio collection. I don't know. Odyssey is where AC fell off, says Alien Psychopath. Assassin's Creed needs to go back to its roots and make it an Assassin's game. Well, have you seen... excuse me. Chef Buffalo, have you seen anything about Assassin's Creed Mirage? That's literally... I've been showing the trailer in and out here, over here on YouTube, where I'm also streaming. It's going to give you exactly what you're asking for. That's how they're booking it. They're saying it's a return to their roots. It won't be like a big open world RPG. It'll feel more like a traditional Assassin's Creed game. Limitless Gaming coming back in today and being generous with a $5 super chat tip. Couldn't figure out where to turn on the option to gift subs, so I hope this helps some. When you click the $ at the bottom of the chat, gifting members should just be there. If it's not, you might have to go to a regular browser. And I don't think AC Valhalla has fallen off. What's good, Benny? I don't think AC has fallen off. Like, AC Valhalla, it might have fallen off for you, but AC Valhalla was very successful. I think it was profitable, commercially successful. I think they pulled off live service very, very well. It's in a great place, if you ask me. I tend to agree. I think Assassin's Creed has done great things, right? I know people didn't like it, but that doesn't mean it fell off. The new AC games, Origin, Odyssey, and Valhalla, could have all been called anything but AC, and they would have been better. Naming a game Assassin's Creed, one expects to be an assassin. I disagree. I think it led to their commercial success. The brand recognition helped them, and it got more people in them, and people enjoyed those games. All 3 of those games have been commercial successes, and it's helped the franchise evolve. I don't agree with that at all. Look at what they're doing with AC Infinity, AC Red, AC Hexe, AC Jade, AC Mirage. Where do you think all that money came from? It came from the last 3 games. Listen to what you're saying. You're getting Assassin's Creed Mirage, a return to the roots of Assassin's Creed, because they evolved the franchise and it helped to be more commercially successful. If they would have just stuck to their formula, I don't think those games would have been as successful. They wouldn't have. I thought Origins had a great balance between the RPG mechanics and classic AC gameplay. There was genuinely some good, cool and fun gear to find. I agree with that. I thought it was a very, very good first step in the evolution of the franchise. They introduced dismemberment with Valhalla. It was awesome. I'm Alive was the Ubisoft Last of Us clone. Oh, I don't remember that game at all. Did anybody play that? Turn off the HUD and you can turn the game into a hardcore stealth. I loved Origins and was okay with the blend. I feel Valhalla and Odyssey was just too much of a focus on the arcade's special powers and moves. Oh, the special power moves and attacks. My top 3 AC games: Origins, Black Flag, Valhalla. I would probably agree with that list. Even though I didn't complete Valhalla, I really like it. It's really fun. I think it's awesome. I think the combat's great. I love Eivor. I think she's awesome. She's like, she's something. She's like strong lady hot. Hilly with a 10 spot. Beer money for police officers. That's a weird sentence, but thank you very much, Hilly. I can't wait. I cannot look at the conversion right there. $12. Hilly, if you give me all of your money, it'll turn into more money. So I think everybody that has British pounds should, if you give me all your money, it goes from 10 to 12. That's incredible. We just created money out of thin air. In the past 6 hours, rumors say 343 will no longer make Halo games. Benny, I have a reaction video going live on my Reforge Gaming YouTube channel about just that. I'm actually going to send my live audience there before I debate the future of Xbox with my friend 30 and So Gaming. So I already have a video about that recorded. Oh no, you send back the 10 and keep the difference. Endless money. Yeah. Endless money. Hilly says, okay then. He tells his family, listen, I'm sorry I had to empty the bank account, but me and Lono have come up with just an amazing idea for money. I've really been enjoying linear games lately, says SDO. I feel some huge games this year are doing linear stories, less open world, and I'm all for it. I do think there's a time and a place for the open world. And there's also a time and a place for a linear game. And I think there's really great room for linear freedom games. Do you know what I mean? You know? I just can't. What's up with the rainbow? People are giving Pink Floyd grief because they put a See you on the dark side of social media. Oh, golly. Humans are getting dumber every year. Every year we drift farther and farther away from God. I agree that the games themselves are actually good, says Corey, but the dramatic turn in the last 3 games don't particularly lend themselves to the OG Assassin games expectation. And I think that's fine, Corey. I think that's fine. I think what you're saying is accurate and is not bad. I think it's a good thing, right? Double rainbow, what does it mean? If AC Unity didn't have the insane amount of bugs and glitches, it would be a top AC game. Yeah, AC Unity is one of the ones that people have said it aged better with time, right? $2, a 2 spot from Hilly. He says, that's the rest of it. Enjoy. 42 cents. Look at that. Look at that. You too, Brits of the world, hear me. Give me your money. You will never get your money back. Do you think the new Hogwarts is going to be like an Assassin's Creed open world? No, I don't think so. I mean, it might have some open world influence from the way they do AC games, but I think Assassin's Creed open world games got a little too big for their britches. They were like, hey, we have an open world and a map. Let's just and they just puked everything. You're like, man, I'm so glad to be to this new town. They're like, hail, we have 18 missions for you and 25 trinkets for you to find. You're like, okay, cool. And you get to the next little town. They're like, hello there, we have 18 trinkets for you to find and 25 side missions. You're like, okay, that seems really familiar to the last place. It's going to take a really long time. You get to the next village and they're like, hello, here we've got 25 trinkets for you to shut up. Just shut up. I don't want to do it. They got a little overzealous, I think, you know? I think they got a little overzealous. Very soon we will announce we are preparing a special game event. Yeah, the release date. Yeah, I've seen that. Bethesda. Why did this seem to turn into Jumanji? Huh? Wait, Lono, I have to make a correction. I did enjoy Liberation on the Vita, so I actually did enjoy an Assassin's Creed game. My bad. Well, that just... I can never trust you ever again. I didn't know you were a liar, Montdog. I tried to get through it without laughing. Can you guys believe it? He comes in here and he says he's never enjoyed an Assassin's Creed before, but apparently he did. Smoking gun, you liar. The voice had a little bit of the Jumanji to it. Oh, I was just doing a voice. I don't know. Open world fatigue is a very real thing. People are loving linear games right now. In a year, we'll be saying that we miss the days when games had huge sprawling worlds. Yeah, the pendulum will just swing back and forth, you know? I've had enough open world games. And then about a year will go by and be like, man, where are all the open world games at? You know what I mean? You know, where'd they go? You know? Like that in culture, right? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I like my YouTube channel and my job. I'm gonna be quiet. AC Unity had WW2 sequence in one of the levels, and like a WW2 War Torn Paris, it was sick. Made me want a WW2 Assassin's Creed game. Yeah, I just want to be a ninja. That's all I care about at this point in Assassin's Creed. You know, nothing better than a cup of Reforge roast in the morning. Thanks, Phantom Phoenix. You know what I like alongside Assassin's Creed games and games where I can kill people? I like Reforge roast. Reforge, I messed it up. I messed it up. I was gonna do a whole thing about, you know, every time somebody says something about game balance. Game balance is important. You know what else is important? Balanced acidity, like we have in our Reforge roast coffee. Like every single time, like find all these gamer ways to mention the coffee, you know? Oh man, keeping your inventory clean is really important in survival games, just like keeping yourself stocked with Reforge roast coffee. People are like, you know, I used to really like his podcast and his show, but my gosh, it just seems like it's a little too commercialized now. He just mentions the coffee a little bit too much. I've legit never enjoyed an Assassin's Creed game. Number one put me off. I do plan to try Black Flag. Black Flag would be a good one to try out if you're trying to get into it. Either Black Flag or Origins would be my recommendation. I mean, I was Robert. You might. I can't. Frickin'. I was gonna make a joke about black in the name. I'm not gonna do it. I can't. I was gonna. You'll probably like that one more, Robert. But I failed. I'm having a really hard time getting my jokes out the door today. I just start laughing. It's not. I'm messing up. Do it, you coward, says Abe. Abe, I'll do it. Abe, I'll do it for 5 gifted members. I'm a sellout. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Oh, hey, Robert's gonna say the same thing. Well, Robert, if you're choosing between Black Flag and Origins, you know, you might enjoy... I can't. You might enjoy Black Flag more. You know, because of representation. Can you imagine that is a bit? Like, that is a bit. Like the oblivious white guy. Like, can I do that as a bit regularly, you know? Well, I'm sure you'll like that game more. Why? Well, you know, it's Black Flag. I mean, it's right. Is it? And you're just like, no, that's not what it means. Just this oblivious guy that's like, oh, I bet you're gonna like that a lot. And your friend is like, you idiot. That has nothing to do with it. It's about pirates, you moron. Oh. I was really wondering what was going on. I'm about an hour into the game, and it just, you know, it never... You wore the Black Panther shirt yesterday. Do it. For a new player, I'd say the best traditional is Unity, and Origins would be the best to start with for newer gameplay. Yeah, I think Origins would feel like more like a traditional video, more like a modern video game. Looks like you're ready for Brono. You just need to work on the cackle more. Lono choosing to max out his hood pass in a 5-minute window today. Shut up, Omar. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Like, I really liked watching this guy, but man, oh man, he's a little lost. Somebody help this man out. Somebody get this man. Us, the new COD, Lono. Great. I love fish. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad, Goddess. That's decent. That's decent. The hood pass is on a 24-hour cooldown. He ain't using it wisely. You see the GameSpot article about 343 being taken off active development of Halo titles? I have a video already recorded, Cypher. I'm going to send you guys there in a little bit before we go over and do my show with Mike. Yep. I'd advise against Unity, honestly. Really? But yeah, already broke it down in the recorded video. I'm here for you guys. I got tons of coverage. I almost pivoted this morning's talk show to that topic, but I was like, we're debating Xbox with Mike. We just covered this yesterday. 343, what happened? You'll have to wait. I got a really spicy upload coming for you about it. I just don't want any more 100+ hour Assassin's Creed games. Like, in my opinion, 50 hours is good. Yeah, I do think that was something that both Assassin's Creed Odyssey and AC Valhalla, yeah, tell me no. Just the too long didn't read. Do you guys, if I tell you guys, do you promise to watch the upload? Right? A $5 tip from Biggity. He says, I'm a black dude. Now is a funny joke. Black flag. Thank you, Biggity. Wait a minute. Is your name... Did you try... That sounds like something else. Anyway, don't tell him. Make him stay. Abe says no. I promise I'll watch it twice. No, I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do, Hilly. You're going to click on it every morning and then come to the channel and not watch it. I know what you do, Hilly. Hilberg, as my daughter calls you. She's like, Hilly. I bet you his full name is Hilberg. Lono, is that you? It is. It is me. I'm streaming still full-time over on YouTube, Reforge Gaming, and here on the TikTok platform as under Reforge TV. So, what's this say? This sounds like BS. It's because it is. There was never any campaign DLC in active development. I don't know how you scrap something that didn't exist. I don't trust, no. I think there was. I don't trust that. I don't trust, like, Jez has been spot on, but I think he's wrong on that one. You'll have to wait and watch my my video on it. I think he's off the mark on that one. Because if you listen to Joseph Staten's language all the way up to that point, no. Disagree. I disagree with that. Staten made it very clear that was coming and that was in the works. So I think Jez has got that one wrong. Are there any Lono and Madam dancing together videos on Talk yet? No. That's a members only thing that we do here. When's your video come out? It's going to come out in about 30 minutes over here on YouTube. Jesus, bro, looking good. Glad I found you again. Yeah, if you're wanting to watch my daily live streams, homie, I never left. We just shifted gears after everything happened. So a lot of folks have found me again, and they're like, man, bro, so glad I found you. You got a raw deal. You're damn right I did. But we're still here. We're standing strong now. Yo, my man Biggity08 coming in here with a brand new membership, taking us to 38 members on the day. Welcome on in, man. I appreciate the $5 super chat tip. I appreciate you jumping in as a member. Welcome. Guys, I got to tell you, it just feels so good to have so many new names and faces in chat that are like, yo, I dig this show. I dig this community. I'm going to get involved. I'm going to become a member. I'm going to order coffee. I'm going to send Lono $1,000. Like, well, the last one hasn't happened yet, but, you know, I'm still hoping. But the point is that, no, I'm being serious. You guys have been awesome. Really. Seriously. My white whale is to get Mr. Beast to hang out here, and then I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be able to. I could retire, you know, get Jimmy in here, get him to tip me a few times, and then we can really focus on retirement. In the last 3 years, I must be close to $1,000. Yeah, if you add it all up, Abe. Sure. But that's not how we do things here, Abe. That's not. Listen, last month, Abe, you hit this number, and we expect you to hit that number every month and a little bit more. So listen, we ran it up with corporate, and we really talked about it, and we really think that you can continue to give, and we're in this together. The ball's in your court, and corporate speak, trim down, lean down, give money, give time. I'm just kidding. Really makes me question my life choices. Why am I giving this random white guy my money? Oh, that's all I am to you, Abe? Random? I mean, I am white, but I'm just a random? Oh, okay. No, that's fine. No, I see where we stand, Abraham. I see. Abraham. I see where we stand. That's right. I'm using your Christian name, so, you know, that's fine. My son said that to one of our friend's kids. He said that to one of our friend's kids. Like, he said his full name. He's like, that's your Christian name. And I'm like, where did he hear that? Fine, Lucas. Oh, that's how we're going to play it. Abe. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why I'm mad. I don't know why I'm mad. That's a Twitter memoir. Like, if Twitter could write a memoir, it would be, I don't know why I'm mad, but I am. Smooth AF transition. Thank you. Now he knows he's in trouble. That's right. Abe with the chair. Yeah. With the recent cancellations from Ubisoft, I believe they are cutting more of the fat because they need to either make money or recover. Well, Krebsy, as far as we can tell, they want to refocus on their biggest brands, which I think is probably the right choice. You know what I mean? Shells says, I don't know why I'm mad. Every woman everywhere. Shells is a woman. She's allowed to make that joke. I don't know why I'm mad. But I am. I don't know what you did. And I don't know why I'm mad. But I'm going to find out, and I'm going to make you pay. Every girlfriend, wife, everywhere. What are you grinning about? Huh? What are you so happy about? Like, a man being happy is suspicious. Just admit it. Girlfriends and wives of the world. If your man is happy, you're immediately suspicious. What are you so happy about? Why are you grinning? Huh? What'd you do? But I'm just having a good day. I had a good workout or a good stroll. I'm feeling good. I'm watching you. Let me see your phone. I've already decided that if I ever see Lono in person, I'm just going to scream, "Hey, Lucas." I would totally turn and be like, who's shouting my name? My man walks in smiling, and I immediately say, what have you bought now? Do you see? It's true. And Fastflex always says nothing. That's right. My wife had a dream that I ditched her. Oh, she'll be mad at you for a day for that, Jordan. She'll wake up mad. She'll hit you. Right? In like a loving way. And like not like actual spousal abuse. She'll be like, you mother... And you're like, what'd I do? You left me in my dream. What? That's not me. What are you doing? That really hurt my arm. It's very true. You got snacks for movie night? Are you going to be there, Travis? If you're going to be there, you need to be a member. If your membership lapsed, you're going to have to get that updated before tomorrow night. My wife and I are doing a Star Wars watch party tomorrow night for members, and tonight I'm playing Police Officer Simulator with Hilly, and that is also members only. Hang on, I got to create the stream I'm going to do with Mike needs to be created, and then that way the 30-minute noti will go out, but we're going to interlude to the upload. We're going to interlude, excuse me, to the upload. Bam. Doop. Just give me two shakes of a lamb's tail here to get this scheduled, and then we'll be good to go. We can keep talking. We can keep chopping up Ubisoft in 2023. Keep becoming members. I mean, this thing is moving over here. We might hit 50, and then I got to give 5 more. You guys are amazing. Public, let's set it to noon. Bam. The future of Xbox debate is what Mike and I are going to be doing. That is, we are crushing the thumbnail. Jez's response doesn't make sense. Yeah, like we're supposed to believe that they made it this far. They made it this far, and they had nothing planned. Like nothing planned, no DLC, no story, no nothing. In the nicest way I can say it, dude. Shut up. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Get out of here. In the nicest way possible, bro. Zip it. He's gotten some things right. He really has. This plan was stopped. Yeah, it was a plan, right? Like, I'm supposed to believe they had nothing planned. It was just, oh no, Joseph Staten was just sitting around. Stopped last September. Right, but that's what the leak is saying. It's saying this happened back then. We're just now finding out about it. Like, I don't know. Roadkill says member train. Happy Friday. Hey, good to see you, Christina. I wish I could see your tag, Quiet Shy. What, you couldn't see her tag? That's weird. Did you hear the news about the European company supporting Microsoft? Oh, like there's a union. Yeah. There's a union that supported it. That's saying it's cool. Like, go right ahead. And I'm like, huh? We'll see. I don't know. Let's set this for that, and that. It's a lot of that's. Okay? Save that. And that's going to be scheduled for today. 11:45. Oh, perfect. It's going to work. This is going to work, chat. This format on Fridays, I'm digging it. I am freaking digging it. I hope you guys are digging it. Thanks for 300 likes on YouTube. Thanks for 6,000 likes over there on the TikTok. You guys are amazing. Ubisoft has always been hit and miss for me. I hope they get themselves sorted. I do too. My wife died in my apocalypse dream because she wouldn't listen, and I'm mad. Man's version of she cheated. We were doing something the other day. Oh, no. Yeah, we were playing Until Dawn. If you guys did not see my wife and I's playthrough of Until Dawn, it's hysterical. And she was literally giving me grief while I was trying to save some guy's life, and then he died. And I'm like, that's literally what would happen in a zombie apocalypse. She'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And I'd be like, listen, I'm... Like, that's how I would die. I would turn to explain myself, and I would die. You know, after the scolding. That's how it would happen. Like, we played Until Dawn, and I'm like, the zombies wouldn't kill me. They wouldn't. You would. You would be giving me grief about something, you know? I wouldn't have gone that way. I wouldn't have gone that way. I've gone the other way. There's no save scumming on that game. No, I didn't do any save scumming. Microsoft had to lay off 100,000 people because of the current political regime. Insider info. Did you mean to type 10,000? What are you talking about? You're just saying random stuff. Did you say you were waiting for The Last of Us to be fully released? Yes. Yeah, I'm going to binge it. We're currently using Paramount Plus to watch through Star Trek. Yeah. Stinks saying who died and your heart attack was the best part of the stream and smile with your teeth. Yeah. Smile with your teeth. That's such a funny part. Yeah, then my son comes to the door and he's like, who died? And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh, he gave me a heart attack. My son came to the door, you know. Yo, what's good, Big O? Good to see you. Looking forward to The Last of Us PC port. Oh, yeah. It'll be well worth checking out for all the PC fans out there that haven't been able to play it yet, for sure. That's the story of every man's demise during a zombie apocalypse. It really is. We have so many people here right now. If you're tuning in, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it so much. We are enjoying having the conversation with you. And this UB one, I'm gonna leave it. It's got an okay arc. These shorts that we've been trying to push out. If you guys watch and support our shorts, I greatly appreciate that. I know some people don't like them. Would love to see 400 likes on YouTube, man. Thanks for smashing that button. We got a ton more content coming your way. I've got an upload that's going to go live in about 20 minutes about what is going on with Halo. Apparently, it's being ripped from 343. And then I'm going to do a live stream debate with my man 30 and So Gaming. We're going to debate with each other as well as with you, the audience, about the future of Xbox. So keep it here. And don't forget tonight, the members-only stream. Would love to start to see more people tuning in on those Friday night streams, as well as tomorrow night. My wife always says that what I'm doing precisely at that moment when I've lost my train of thought and can't answer, she's like a mind reader. Yeah, she can smell the smoke coming out of your ears. PJ Rage with the 2-spot. Thoughts on Dead Island 2? Looks great. Not interested. You know what I'm saying? Like a really, really handsome man at a bar, you know? Looks great. Not interested. Like, it does. It looks awesome. I really do think that Dead Island 2 it looks like they've really kind of brought the franchise forward, but I just don't care about those games anymore. I can't stomp on another zombie head. I can't swing another axe. I just can't, man. It looks really dope, but I've played Dying Light, I played Dead Island, I've played Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, you know what I mean? Cap, Lono's interested. If it's Henry Cavill or Jason Momoa, then yes. Oh my. I have a type, and, you know, it doesn't, if you're just handsome, that's not enough. How about fair monetization in games? Pigs will fly. What do you mean by fair monetization? Examples of unfair monetization first, and then an example of what a fair monetization would look like. What do you think of Dead Island 2? Yeah, that's my answer. I don't like, I'm not into men. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Those two are completely unrelated. Ooh. Don't start putting gal in the Discord. Oh, look at that. She's totally... I love that gif. Trying to distract me in the Discord with animated GIFs. That's a perk of being a member, by the way. You can hang out in the Discord. You can have the show on in the background. The audio version of the show is in there. I still haven't gone and gotten that software to funnel the music in there. Fair, do we need to call someone? Who's here forcing you to buy things? Back in the 90s in the arcade scene, you think that monetization of video games was fair in the arcade scene? Are you serious, Clark? The arcade scene, where games were intentionally created to kill you quickly so you spend more money? Like, there were pinball machines that were designed to drain you so that you had to spend more money. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I would ever look at the history of video games and say that like arcade games were historically when things were fair. I don't know about that at all. It's in general, Eugene, stop it. Stop, my gosh. Nothing like a game that forced you to dump quarters in it. Right? Right? You know, it punches you in the jaw. Pay me. And you're like, yes, I will, daddy. And you just keep putting quarters in the machine. Move a step, insert more coins. Where are my quarters at, Ma? I need another 20. That's what I'm saying. Right? Shut the show down. It's over. That's right. Trying to find the OG clip. Oh, was that when... Which one did we shut the show down? Was that when Metallica gifted the album? Or was that something else? The greatest era of arcades were when they came back in the late 90s and they were all nickel-based. Blink 2 times if they're forcing you to say things. The greatest era... I already read that. Only good games were fighters like Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct. Oh, yeah, the Backstreet Boys album. Yeah. That was a funny stream. That was a funny stream. I love listening to you while editing my photos. Keep your head up, Daddy. Okay, thank you. I'm not accustomed to being called Daddy. Arcade games fair. I almost spit my Reforge roast out. Yo, what's good, Vinny Vaughn? Buckets of quarters spent on X-Men and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, man. Yeah. They were literally designed around monetization. Listen, this is something you have to consider. The birth of video games as we know it was quite literally, how can we create a digital piece of entertainment that is going to get more money from people? There's a British YouTuber that talks about this. It's good. Look it up or don't. It's up to you. So instead of arguing for your position, you expect me to go watch a video to decide whether or not your position is good? Okay. Operation Wolf was really, really hard. The moment I could buy Arcade 1-Up's version of Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat, I threw money at them. Still play them today. Ultra Combo. That's right. Combo Breaker. That's right. Fulgore. Saberwolf. Jago. My favorite was Saberwolf in the first Killer Instinct, and then in the second Killer Instinct, it was Jago. With the amount of money spent on arcade machines, I could have bought the arcade cabinet. Arcade games were the original microtransaction money grab. They were. It was literally designed so that you just kept putting money in it. Always fun watching people stack their next game quarters on the dash and count how many more victims you need to bash before you take a break. That's right. Let's not forget Cruisin' USA and Rush. Yeah, Cruisin' USA. I remember that game. I loved my arcades, but I knew I was getting ripped off every Saturday afternoon, but it was my choice. That's right. It was my choice. When you really break down the Halo Infinite story, you realize that 343 has incompetent writing. They build up Cortana in Halo 5 only to have 2 Infinity Gauntlets and Shocker. They have to retcon and kill her off screen to fix it. I think they had more plans for her, though. I don't know. It all got murdered. Time Crisis was the arcade game that took my money. Those shooter games were rough because like they were literally designed with like automatic damage in them. There were things in those shooter games like Time Crisis and stuff where like you literally couldn't stop from taking damage. You just eventually will die. As perfectly as you could possibly play, I think you still die. My dad ran a little arcade when I was a kid. Of course, it was just a gambling front, but long story. Wait, you can't just drop that in chat and walk away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my dad, he ran an arcade, you know, and he actually was tied to Al Capone and bootlegging, and there was a whole thing. But yeah, it's kind of a long story. Anyways, Ubisoft in 2023, I was really thinking what they could do with the Division 3. It's like, wait. Can we just back up a tad? Just back up a teeny tad. What? What did you say? Everyone's forgetting one of the best arcade games ever. Yeah, that Star Wars game was dope. House of Dead was my arcade game of choice. Do you remember Typing of the Dead on the Dreamcast? You got a keyboard for your Dreamcast, and you had to type the letters as they came up. This is the dude with the neighbor who lost 2 fingers. Yeah, guys talking about it. Yeah, that guy came in that one day and talked about his neighbor losing fingers, and we were like, wait, what? Come back. What? Arcade in the front, numbers running in the back. Yeah. Yep. Is it because you covered the 1 hour gameplay leak? We got threatened with legal action, says Tommy Hendy. I've been signed out of Twitter? What happened? Oh, I'm signed back in now. Looks like VGC sadly won't be publishing a Forspoken review on Monday since Square Enix had decided to not supply us with the code. That's an extremely rare occurrence for us, so read into it how you like. And Tommy Hendy says, is it because you covered the 1 hour gameplay leak? We got threatened with legal action. Nope, this ball has been rolling for a while. Interesting. Interesting. Interessante. That is very, very interesting. I'm telling people, man. Keep your eye on Ubi. Keep your eye on Forspoken. Something going on, man. Something weird going on. Game is gonna be that game gonna be rough. That game's gonna be rough. Remind me of the dude in college who casually dropped that his dad was wanted for murder in Cameroon and then continued his healthcare economics PowerPoint. Here in the first slide, you'll see that the healthcare economics breakdown, we've broken it into categories. We got socioeconomic. We also are going to be analyzing the geopolitical influence over the last decades in different parts of the world that could influence fluctuations with inflation as well as cost of living. And speaking of cost of living, my dad's rent is really high in Cameroon. He's hiding out there. He's wanted for double homicide, and my mother refers to him as the Dark One. But the real subject of today is, why is healthcare not... And everyone's like, wait, hang on a minute. You can't do that. You can't just drop that casually in the conversation. Next slide, you can see here is, it's like, wait. Just slipping that in there. Forspoken's going to be review bomb regardless. Do we even need a review at this point? Yo, what's good, Agent Atwood? I mean, review bomb or not, like, the performance is already in question, let alone everything else. You know, I mean, come on. Sure, there's going to be those people that are going to go and review bomb it, you know, but I don't think that's really why it's going to get a bad rap, you know. Has a horrific confession every slide. Yeah, on to slide 2. In slide 2 here, you can see that pharmaceutical influence is a significant aspect of this, cost of drugs and pills. And the other day, my mother was saying that she was going to drown her sorrows in pills, and then she tried to take her own life. But the real issue is copays on pharmaceutical drugs. You're like, what? You can't just say that. Goes to the next slide. Like, my gosh, this is so dark, bro. What did you do before YouTube? Just curious. 8 or 9 years ago, I had my own small business doing graphic design for local businesses. Before that, I worked for a tech company. And before that, I always worked in sales. I always had like a retail sales job. Got canceled. Yeah, that's kind of true. It is true. You know, what are you, some kind of a YouTuber or something? Yeah, something like that. Sold ice to Eskimos. That's right. That is right. Got canceled. You son of a... I spent a semester in Japan. I got to go to an arcade every week to play this Gundam game where there are 4 pods, 1 per person, and each had like 2 fight sim-like joysticks and pedals. So fun. Well, that sounds kind of awesome. That actually sounds kind of awesome. Let's not forget, he called your comments on Forspoken disingenuous. Yeah, disingenuous. A 5 spot from Arcane Gaming. Hope all is well with you and your family. Keep up the great content. I thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5 spot. See that, Abe? That's how you're supposed to talk to me, with money and a nice compliment. That's what I'm totally kidding. I need to know the cancellation story, but I know I won't hear it. And we just don't like to go back there and revisit it. It just isn't worth it. It's a tale as old as time. Jealous people saying things that weren't true, and a mob overreacts. You know, that's basically the story, right? Ready when you are, Forspoken. Disaster incoming. Yeah, we can do that talk show. We can do that talk show sometime. Or we just do an upload. Yeah, that'll be a good upload for Monday, honestly. We can react to all these tweets. I'm like, what the frick's going on with Forspoken? Right? We got the thumbnail ready. Still stand by the disingenuous comment, but hey, it is what it is. He stands by it. You stand by it that I was being disingenuous. Huh. Love you and Dr. Disrespect for bouncing back. Doc's my white whale, man. I'd love to work with him. I love him, man. Super, super love. My hubby says your presenter voice sounds like Brain Blaze. Brain Blaze? What's Brain? I don't know what that is. My presenter voice? What you can see here on this slide. That voice? Arcane Game with another 2 spot. You gonna take that, Abe? A 3-month milestone from Donald Johnson. Thanks for jumping back in. Decided to jump back in. Look forward to your Microsoft video after your correspondence last night. Thank you very, very much. I feel like we did the wrong show yesterday. I don't think we should have included Starfield. I think we should have got the bat out and swung it at 343 Microsoft and all of that. And now I've got my chance to do that again today with an upload and a debate with 30 and Still Gaming. So I'm getting my mulligan today for all of the British people out there. I'm getting my mulligan today for all of the ignorant Americans. That's a do-over. That's a do-over. We have a release date? Releases? No, it just says 2023 for Lies of P. Hey, we play golf. Yeah, they added Lies of P to the store today. Yeah, getting close to a release date for that. Absolutely stand by it. Love the show. Don't think anything less of you because of it, but I think it's super disingenuous to describe any game by the perception of negative criticism. It's that's what you thought I was doing? But that's not what I was doing. I read the TikTok title, Ubisoft in 2033, and I had to do a double take. I was not trying to clickbait. It's literally supposed to be Ubisoft in 2023. People are like, we got a time traveler on our hands. All right, what's this guy got to say in 2033? Did you say Wukong isn't coming until 24 now? Black Myth Wukong is summer of next year. Yes, they officially announced that. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. One thing we really worked on was her walk. Yeah. Yeah, they said she has a hip-hoppy kind of walk. She has a hip-hoppy walk, guys. She, I don't know what that means, but that's what she's got it. She's got it. Creature says, Corey, I'm going to put about 9 million of your Xbox comments in the Discord, and we'll revisit your last statement. Wait, what's he said about Xbox? Has he been one of the guys with bad Xbox takes? I don't think that's Corey. Has it been? It's hard to know. The Xbox comments that are really bad, they all look the same. They all look the same to me. I'm done with Far Cry and Assassin's Creed games. Why? Right, what kind of chair is that? It's a high back ergonomic mesh chair. I'm not partnered with Mavix, but feel free to buy chairs from them and tell them that Reforge Gaming told you about it. I'd love to work with them because this is the kind of chairs they make. I can't find a chair sponsor that makes this kind other than them. I love it. It's a great chair. Apologies on Twitter. What's on Twitter? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Yo, Detective Seeds just upgraded to a member plus. Welcome back, my friend. Good to see you, Detective Seeds. What is this? Who is this? If you're being interested in fire car and fill out this form, you pass recruitment, someone will get back to you. Oh, I already did that. Thanks. I did that a while ago. Thanks for finally getting back to me. Whatever. All right, hang on. I got to get you guys ready. We're getting up against the window here. I take 20 more minutes of Black Flag before hearing Hip Hop Walk again. Hip Hoppy Walk. Get it right. Hip Hoppy Walk. Patrick with the 6-month milestone. Thank you so much for doing that. And then Limitless Gaming just upgraded the VIP. Okay. He says it. Limitless Gaming is going to upgrade. Go ahead. My Xbox takes are that I'm not a fan of Game Pass, and I think Game Pass fosters a culture of not buying games. Still stand by those as well. I don't know. You're going to have to refresh my memory. What's up, guys? Hope Ubisoft pulls through. I need their Star Wars and Assassin's Creed titles. I want Mirage, man. I want Mirage, bro. I'm looking forward to Mirage. I think it could be amazing. I really do. I think it could be great. You know? Could be amazing. Could be great. Okay. We need to transition. Okay, we need to switch gears here. I have a live show podcast where we're going to debate the future of Xbox, but I can't show it to you over here on the tick. I can't do it. I don't have a stream key over here yet. I'm trying to figure out how to get one. So you're going to have to come to Reforge Gaming on YouTube if you want to watch that. Before we do that, I'm going to send you guys to a video that I recorded last night about the future of Halo. Is 343 out as a developer? So I've got bangers for you right now. A debate with you, as well as 30 and Still Gaming. What do you think the future of Xbox is in light of the layoffs, in light of the contractual information coming out? So I am going to put a link in chat, a link in the YouTube chat. I can't do that over here. You just have to come to YouTube and look for Reforge Gaming, or go to my profile and click the link to go to my YouTube channel. And then I'm going to redirect you as well. If you don't want to ride the redirect, okay, if you don't want to ride the redirect, then you've got to come over and click. Oh, you got to click the button in chat. All right, I'm going to send you guys over there, and it's going to start in about a minute. All right, stick around though. We got that show with 30, another live show, and then we have Friday night with Hilly. So see you guys over there for the premiere of this Halo video.